Hello, and if you have seen any of my other videos about Komorebi, welcome back. These past couple of weekends I have spent some time working on this program called Komopaper that integrates with Komorebi and lets you set both global wallpapers as well as individual wallpapers for each monitor and or workspace and cycle through them on an interval that is configurable per workspace, monitor or globally. What you have seen in the background has been a showcase of how the program looks like in action. As you might have seen, you can also have animated wallpapers using Wallpaper Engine in combination with normal Windows wallpapers. And you are able to create playlists for wallpapers using both mixed however you want. However, because of how incredibly slow Windows is at switching wallpapers, you will notice that it stutters whenever you go from a Windows wallpaper to a Wallpaper Engine wallpaper back to a Windows wallpaper. And it will show you the old previous Windows wallpaper for a second. As far as I know, there is no way to get around this quirk of Windows, and as I said in Discord, I find it quite annoying that you have a superior experience using a third-party wallpaper switcher compared to the default Windows one. My recommendation is that if you have Wallpaper Engine, then stick to only Wallpaper Engine, since you'll have a better experience overall. Now, for a quick overview of how to configure Komopaper. In the top level object, you have an array of monitors, and you need to have as many objects as you have monitors to make sure it's all indexed correctly. The first object corresponds to the monitor with index 1, and the second one with the monitor with index 2, and so on. You are able to leave any of these monitors completely empty, and they'll use any global settings you set later, or simply not do anything if no global settings are set. Each monitor can have a workspaces array, where you should create an object for each workspace on that monitor with an index. This index is right now a relic of a previous iteration, and I will probably remove this in the future, but for now it's required. Inside a workspace, you can define an array of wallpapers to use by simply providing the path to them. You are also able to define wallpapers on a monitor level, which any workspace without a wallpapers array will use, and you can also set a global wallpapers array, and that will be used by any workspace where both the workspace and the monitor do not have any wallpapers array. To enable automatic switching between wallpapers, you should set an interval in seconds between each switch. As with the wallpapers, you are able to set it globally, per monitor, or per workspace. Each wallpaper object have an optional kind property. If none is set, it will default to Windows, and as such is not needed for normal wallpapers. However, if you want to use Wallpaper Engine wallpapers, it needs to be set to Wallpaper Engine. As stated previously, you are free to mix and match both Wallpaper Engine wallpapers and Windows wallpapers however you want. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I would like to point out some caveats. The first one is that this sounds very rough, just get it to work for me kind of code, so I'm sure there are some bugs that I just haven't found or thought about yet. Secondly, I am by no means a Rust programmer. This is my first real program written in Rust with very basic knowledge. Rust was chosen simply because of the awesome work of GC on a Komorebi client that made it incredibly easy to integrate with Komorebi from my program. You have to build it yourself. I have to look into how to set up GitHub to build it for me, but as it is right now, I'll leave it as an exercise to the reader, or well, watcher. Anyways, that was all for this video. Hopefully I'll be able to put out another video with a somewhat higher frequency than once per year. I do have another small add-on to Komorebi that I've also worked on that I would like to show you. But until then, thanks for watching. Bye.